Donkey Job Projects.
What is up, everybody? This is Marshall Lee of DonkeyJobProjects.com, and today is day 76 of 100 Days of Making Comics, and it's also Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday. Little double feature here. So, last week was the official end of the Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday collaboration extravaganza that excuse me, that Scott and I were doing. And sorry, I'm clearing my throat so much. And yeah, so we had a blast doing that. But, you know, this challenge continues. If anybody wants to participate, make videos, or just do, you know, post it online with the hashtag Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday, then you're more than welcome to on any given Tuesday. Sorry about all the throat clearing. Sheesh. That's what happens when you drink soda before you do a video. So I'm working on yesterday and today I've been working on the comic story for like the writing and things like that for the Hitchhiker comic, which is the story I did for 100 Days of Making Comics, the anthology, the Life in Space anthology. And I'm not great at hair. But and so today I figured I'd do a little bit of kind of concept design for it, since especially it's Tuesday, you know, and all the creatures pretty much in this story, because I want to continue it further, are going to be, you know, aliens. So I figured I wanted to create a character, kind of a female companion for the main character, Seti. And so that's what I'm trying to do here. Did a little sketching beforehand. Sorry guys. Did a little sketching beforehand to kind of figure out an idea. And yeah, I don't know. I kind of like this idea of like the hair going out like this, that like sort of style, and that being kind of a defining shape of this character. And I don't have a name for her yet, but I did some really cool, like, I was really excited about kind of the world building writing I was doing yesterday, and for this story, and it's pretty interesting. Seti is going to be going down a different path than I expected, but I think it still fits with the original kind of thoughts I had for him. So I'm excited about that, you know, he needs some friends to kind of go along with him. So, yeah, I don't know. What should this young lady's name be? And I think, whatever her name is, I kind of think that they're gonna kind of have this, you know, relationship where it's like a little teasy, you know. I mean, to be honest, like my whole inspiration for this whole story was originally just like kind of my version of Star Wars, and it still kind of is. And so basically this is, you know, my version of like Han Solo and Princess Leia. And so she's kind of gonna have a kind of a similar thing where, you know, he's like focused on his own thing, and she's, I don't know, he's gonna be like kind of think she's ridiculous maybe, or I don't really know. Like there's gonna be though like a dynamic where they kind of don't get along at first, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then eventually, you know, they'll start to get along, which is, you know, a pretty common, I guess, trope amongst all stories, really. You see that a lot in all kinds of stories. Maybe romantic comedies, I guess, and, you know, all kinds of stories. Star Wars, to be one, is one for sure. So yeah, I don't know. And she's not the same, you know, race as him. Alien race. Don't know what the name of her race. I don't even know what the name of Seti's race is. Yet, but you know, we'll figure it out. I'll probably do some more brainstorming today and come up with at least a name for her. Maybe something having to do with the word weather, or I don't know, like water or something. I don't really know like how to design like clothes and stuff, so I'm just kind of doing my best, but and I want her to have like a shapely, you know, kind of body, like more of an average kind of body, I guess. I don't want her to have like, you know, some kind of supermodel type thing or whatever. That to me is like, I mean, it's cool to have characters with that body type, I guess. It's one of many to choose from, but I like the idea of having more realistic shapes in comics and movies, things like that. And so that's kind of my aim with many of my characters. I'm the type of person, like, you know, I see these kind of discrepancies in Hollywood or wherever, and I want to like kind of do the opposite, you know. Just how I am. I've always been one to kind of want to do something like that. do what's not what the thing that people aren't doing, you know. So I don't know. So, anyways, I don't know. What do you guys think of this character? I think I got a pretty solid design going, but you know, this is literally like the first, or I should say the second time I've drawn her. I kind of came up with her over here. I guess I could show you right here. This was my first, this is SETI right there. I wanted to kind of draw her like the same height or whatever. And then this is the girl. And originally I kind of had this like thing going up like this, but then I started drawing the hair and I was like, I kind of like hair better. You could tell she's alien by the no nose and the eyes, kind of the almond shaped eyes and stuff. So, you know, I don't need to put a tentacle on her head to show she's an alien necessarily. I kind of do want to give her eyebrows. Even though maybe I wonder if it doesn't seem natural on an alien, you know, head, but not all aliens have to be hairless, right? So again, I'd love to see, you know, if you guys work on anything with for Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday. I'd love to see it. If there's a video, please send me the link. If there's just, you know, whatever, just send me the link. I'm gonna continue to follow the hashtag and see if I can find you that way. And I'd love to, especially on the for YouTube videos, I'd love to throw your video up in the playlist I got going for the Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday playlist. I think that would be cool. So the only thing, I don't really know much about this character outside of the fact that she's also kind of a, you know, like a hitchhiker type, you know. She's traveling around. I'm not sure what her deal is, like what her like why she feels the need to travel around, but she does. I think she's running away. I feel like she's running away from something, maybe, and that's because she's like, because I gave her like this typical like stick or whatever thing. Actually, I shouldn't put that line there, but anyways, kind of like, I don't know, you see this a lot, I think, in like old cartoons and stuff, where like a kid like runs away and they like tie a bag with some of their belongings to a stick. And so I'm kind of doing that here. And hopefully it makes sense to do such a thing. So I think she's running away from something. Someone, something. We're not sure what that is. So yeah, super excited to continue Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday. Super excited about the comics that I'm working on. I recently finish the first strip comic for Daisy Ted. If you've been watching, you've seen that progress. So hopefully you dig that. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of having a blast with this stuff. Sorry these lines are like so sketchy, but you know, sometimes it's not as easy. I'm kind of not like, usually I kind of lean over my drawing a little bit more and kind of hug up on it, and I can get more control, I think, that way. I'm not great at hair, but I'm trying. Sorry, I'm not super talkative about in this one. But let's see. I was thinking about talking about a couple things yesterday that I didn't get to. I was talking to my buddy Adam Lohr yesterday, and one thing he mentioned is, you know, that maybe not having patience sometimes is a strength, which I thought was crazy. Like, you know, it kind of blew my mind when I was thinking of it, because it was like, I saw what he meant, and I was like, you know, I've always believed and thought, and still kind of do, that, you know, obviously, you know, what they say is, you know, patience is a virtue and stuff like that. And I think it definitely is. But I see what he meant, like, especially with like making comics and stuff, because you want to get work out, you know, in a timely fashion, and you don't want to, like, I don't know, you don't want to like try to be you don't want to be a perfectionist, you know. You want to be productive, especially because things like making comics or becoming an animator or whatever, these things take more time than the typical, you know, I just want to be an illustrator or a writer. I mean, those things take time too, and whatnot, but, you know, it just takes a lot of time to do some kinds of projects like this. And sometimes the fact that I don't have patience maybe is helpful in me not becoming a perfectionist, you know, and me getting work done. But sometimes it leads to lesser work. But like, all my comics haven't been like, you know, my best work. You know, my comics tend to be, you know, a mix between me trying my best and me trying to get it done, you know. I'm more focused on getting it done than if I was just doing, like, you know, one illustration or whatever. And I noticed that too, like, if I see an artist or whatever that I really like, that sometimes, you know, their one-off illustrations are way better than when I see their comic art, you know, and a lot of times their comic art is still good, but you could tell there's a difference, you know. There's more detail, there's more time spent on one image as opposed to you know, a page where there's many images, you know. So, you know, it's kind of the nature of the thing. And you know, but so I think I mean, obviously I want my comics to look really cool too, but I mean, this whole idea of like that I've been talking about with like disposable entertainment and things like that, that's kind of how comics were meant to be. And you know, at one point it seemed like we made the transition of like, okay, comics are now becoming, you know, pieces of fine art almost, or fine illustration at the very least. And so people got really precious with it, and you know, just wanted it to look amazing more than wanting it to tell an amazing story and get a lot of stories out, you know, which, you know, both approaches are very valid and, you know, very satisfying on whatever level it is, you know. But I think I tend to prefer the being more prolific and telling good stories than, you know, telling the best absolute, like, or trying to tell the most amazing and beautiful story, you know what I mean? And I tend to, even like in the stuff I consume, I've always liked more sketchy styles anyways, you know, stuff that's a little rough around the edges. I prefer that, you know. So, you know, I don't know. See, as you can see right here, like, I notice sometimes women, they kind of get a little chunky in the upper arm area, and you know, people don't tend to draw that, and I kind of like it. I think it's cool. It's just the way everybody's different, you know, with the way their body shape is, you know. And I don't know, so I wanted to kind of put a little bit of that in there, you know. So yeah, I don't know, this is, hopefully it's pretty good. It's a very sketchy, like, I do want to be able to draw her better and less sketchy, and I want to be better with these lines and the hair and stuff, but hopefully you dig it. I think that's about it. I really appreciate you guys checking out my stuff, and I will talk to you on the next episode. Peace out.